My beloved child, I cannot remain silent any longer because the weight of eternity hangs over this very moment, and I need you to open your heart now before everything shifts beyond your control. I have been whispering to you in quiet moments, through the restless thoughts you could not explain, through the unease that settled deep within your spirit, and through the signs I placed around you. But you hesitated, waiting for clarity, while time has been slipping like sand through your fingers. Listen closely, because what I am saying carries greater weight than anything you have heard before. There are forces moving right now, aligning both for and against you, and your next decision will determine which path unfolds. Do not mistake my patience for distance. Every pause, every delay, every unanswered prayer was me shielding you from storms you never saw coming. But I cannot shield you forever if you refuse to step where I am leading, because the season you are entering requires your full attention, your complete surrender, and your unwavering trust. I see the battles you have been hiding behind your silence, the nights you questioned if I was still near, the wounds you covered beneath your strength, and the moments where you felt unseen and unheard. But I was there, watching, protecting, waiting for this very moment when your heart would finally be ready to listen. My child, there are doors about to close, doors that will not open again once they shut, because the time appointed for your breakthrough is nearing its final stretch, and hesitation will cost you blessings prepared long before you were born. This is why I have brought you here, why these words find you now, why your spirit feels this urgency even before your mind can understand it, because the battle for your destiny has intensified, and the enemy has been placing silent traps around you. Distractions disguised as opportunities, delays designed to steal your focus, and voices crafted to draw you away from my will. I need you to awaken and see what's happening beyond the surface, to recognize that the pull you feel in your heart is not random but divine. I am aligning you with a path that demands courage, boldness, and faith greater than your fear. You've been asking me for answers, pleading for signs, waiting for confirmation, and this is it. I am calling you higher, away from the noise, away from the chaos, away from the patterns that have been draining your strength, because there is a place prepared for you where my power will flow through you like never before. But you must choose it, child. You must step forward when I ask, even when you cannot see the full picture, because obedience in this moment unlocks miracles that logic cannot comprehend. The attacks you've endured, the delays you faced, the people who turned away, the dreams that seemed to fade, none of it was wasted. I have been shaping you, refining you, and preparing you for the season that begins the moment you decide to trust me fully. The shaking you feel around you is not to destroy you, but to remove what cannot remain in the place I am leading you toward. I have seen the nights you thought no one noticed, the days you carried pain in silence, the times you nearly gave up but didn't, and because you remained, there is a divine release hovering over your life right now, waiting for your surrender to receive it. But hear me, beloved. There is little time left, and if you continue standing where you are, the window of grace will narrow until it passes by, and you will miss what has been written for you since the beginning. This is my final attempt to awaken your spirit before what's coming reaches your door, and I need you to hold these words close, because they are not just a message, but a lifeline I am extending to you in this hour. Be alert, be watchful, and most of all, be ready, because the shift begins now, and I refuse to let the enemy steal what I have promised you if only you will listen and act without delay. Be alert, be watchful, and most of all, be ready, because the shift begins now, and I refuse to let the enemy steal what I have promised you if only you will listen and act without delay. And yet, my child, there is something you must understand urgently. Time is slipping faster than you realize, and what lies ahead demands your awareness in ways you have not prepared for. The seasons you thought were stretching endlessly are accelerating rapidly, and the alignment of events unfolding now carries consequences that cannot be postponed. You've been sensing the changes but hesitating to act, believing there would still be room to decide later. But I tell you, the window you are standing in is narrowing faster than your heart can perceive. Every hesitation allows distractions to grip tighter around your path, pulling you toward detours that were designed to delay the very fulfillment I've been preparing for you. There is movement in the unseen, Doors are opening, others are closing, and destinies are being positioned in silence. But if you remain idle while I am calling, you will stand watching as what was meant for you passes into another's hands. Listen carefully now, because this is not about fear, but about urgency. I am awakening you before the pressure around you increases, before situations collide suddenly and decisions are made for you instead of by you. My spirit has been stirring within you, reminding you gently, whispering in quiet moments when no one else could hear, pulling at the deepest part of you, because I see what's coming from a distance you cannot reach. You've asked me for signs, and I've placed them near you, yet you've questioned if they were coincidence. But nothing in this season is random. Everything is converging for a reason greater than your understanding. That stirring you've been feeling is not anxiety, it is preparation. It is the awakening of your spirit to recognize that delays are no longer safe, because the battle for alignment has already begun. The enemy will try to convince you that you have endless chances, but I tell you now, this moment carries weight unlike any other, and you cannot treat it lightly. Heaven has set things in motion on your behalf, but the adversary is pressing harder than before to distract, divide, and dismantle what I've been building in you. That is why your discernment must sharpen, your ears must listen closer, and your heart must remain steady on me when the noise around you grows louder. I am calling you higher, deeper, closer, not because I want to burden you, but because there are blessings that require your readiness, and without your obedience, they cannot be released in their fullness. Do not look at what you've lost or the battles behind you. Fix your eyes on what I've placed ahead, because what is coming carries far greater value than anything you thought you left behind. The delay you've endured was not denial. It was me aligning everything perfectly, preparing the exact time and place for doors to unlock, but the season of waiting is reaching its end, and I need your steps to match my timing. Hear me, beloved. There are moments in life where hesitation costs nothing, but this is not one of them. If you pause now, opportunities will close, relationships will shift, and alignments I've been arranging for years will move forward without you. I say this because I love you deeply, because I have seen where the path leads if you choose comfort over calling, and I cannot stand by silently while the hour draws closer. My hand is reaching for you right now, urging you to move, to trust, to believe, because there is a divine release hanging over your life, but it will only settle upon you when you choose to step boldly where I'm leading. This is why I've brought these words to you in this moment, why they weigh so heavily in your heart, why you feel this urgency in your spirit even now, because you are closer than ever to the breakthrough I promised, but closer too to a point where turning away would cost more than you realize. Do not delay, my child. Rise, awaken, and act while the door remains open, for the tide is shifting, and I will not allow you to miss what has been set aside for you since the very beginning. For the tide is shifting, and I will not allow you to miss what has been set aside for you since the very beginning. And yet, my beloved, I need you to realize that there are doors about to close, and the decisions you make in this very hour will determine whether you step into them or stand outside watching them shut. You are standing at the threshold of something I have been preparing for you long before you could comprehend its value, but the choices before you cannot be delayed any longer. Every hesitation pulls you away from the place I've designed for you, and I am here, speaking now, because your heart must be awakened before this moment passes. Understand this. There are paths that lead to blessing, and there are roads that lead to bondage, and the difference between them can rest on a single response, a single prayer, a single moment of trust. You may not see the weight of it now, but I see what waits beyond both doors. I see the plans I've written for your future, and I also see the traps laid carefully to steal what I've destined for you. That's why I cannot remain silent while you stand at this turning point. I am pulling you forward because my grace has made the way, but it cannot force you to walk where your faith refuses to move. The distractions around you were designed to keep you uncertain, to make you doubt, to lure you into believing you have endless time, but you do not. You've been sensing this tension inside, that quiet awareness that something significant is approaching, and that's because the spiritual realm is shifting even now. Angels are positioned, Assignments are being activated, and alignments are falling into place, but these movements require your response to unlock what had been waiting in my hand. Do not underestimate what is unfolding. I have been fighting battles on your behalf that you never saw, removing obstacles you didn't know existed, protecting you from disasters you couldn't comprehend, all to bring you to this exact hour. But understand, child, protection does not replace participation. You must decide to rise when I call. I will not allow fear to keep you bound if you choose me fully, but you cannot walk forward while holding on to the things I've asked you to release. Lay down what has been draining your strength. Let go of the weight you were never meant to carry. Release the voices pulling you in every direction, because they will keep you from hearing mine clearly. My spirit has been nudging you gently, giving you glimpses of what's ahead, but now I am speaking plainly. This opportunity, this door, this divine moment will not remain open indefinitely. The world around you is moving rapidly toward an appointed season where destinies collide, and those who hesitate will find themselves standing in the aftermath of chances they let pass by. But you are not forgotten. This is why I've been reaching for you with such persistence, why this word reaches you at the exact time it does, why your heart feels this unshakable pull even now. You've prayed for answers, for clarity, for direction, and I am giving it to you here. Follow where I lead without doubting, for the path ahead carries blessings greater than anything you've imagined, but only if you move when I speak. Every delay from this point forward carries a cost far heavier than you understand, and I refuse to watch you settle for less than what I've called you to inherit. The fullness of what I've prepared is not for those who merely hope. It's for those who act in faith when the time comes, and that time is now. My child, listen carefully. The door is open, but it will not remain so forever. What you decide next determines more than you realize. Take my hand while it's extended, walk boldly through what I've unlocked, and trust me completely, because everything I have promised you has been waiting for this moment. Do not let fear stop you. Do not let doubt delay you. Do not let the noise of the world drown out the voice that has been calling you since the beginning. I am here, guiding you, strengthening you, and preparing to release what I set aside for you long before you were formed. But you must step forward before this window closes, because what's coming cannot be postponed, and I will not allow you to miss what carries your name in heaven. Because what's coming cannot be postponed, and I will not allow you to miss what carries your name in heaven. My beloved, the enemy has been weaving quiet traps around you, setting snares in places you least expect, and it grieves me to see how subtle his strategies have become. He isn't only attacking through chaos and pain, but also through distractions dressed as comfort, opportunities designed to mislead, and voices that seem harmless yet pull you farther from where I need you to be. This is why I am speaking so urgently now, because I see what you cannot see, and I know the danger that lies hidden beneath what appears harmless to your eyes. Every delay, every compromise, every small step toward complacency gives him room to gain influence over your decisions, and if you are not careful, these seemingly minor choices will redirect your entire path. Do not underestimate him, child. His aim is not to frustrate you, but to pull you so far from alignment with me that you miss the very inheritance I've prepared for you. But you are not defenseless. I have been surrounding you with my protection, strengthening you in ways you didn't notice, keeping storms away from your life while you wondered why things seemed silent. That silence was my shield. That stillness was my covering. But now the battle has intensified, and I need you to open your eyes fully to what is happening around you. I've placed warnings in your heart, nudges in your spirit, signs along your path, yet too often you've brushed them aside, thinking they were passing thoughts. But hear me. Every stirring, every unease, every sudden caution you felt was my spirit alerting you, guarding you from what the enemy intended for harm. If you continue ignoring those inner alarms, you will step into places not meant for you, and the weight of the consequences will be heavier than you imagine. That is why I'm urging you to lean closer now, to silence every noise that competes with my voice, to come away from the confusion and sit where your spirit can breathe again. For the enemy cannot deceive you when you dwell near me. His lies lose their power when my truth fills your heart. The road ahead carries blessings greater than your understanding, but the path is narrow, and only those who choose to trust will walk it safely. I have already prepared the way. I've removed unseen obstacles, closed dangerous connections, and redirected things around you for your protection. But all of this means nothing if you choose not to walk where I lead. My covering rests on those who stay close to my presence, and outside of it, the attacks grow fiercer. Do not confuse comfort with safety, child, for not everything that feels easy is of me, and not everything that feels heavy is from the enemy. This is why discernment matters now more than ever, because appearances can deceive, and what looks harmless can derail your entire purpose. But you are not alone. My hand has never left you, my spirit has never stopped guiding you, and my angels are already stationed around you, guarding the places you cannot see. I have been fighting battles in realms beyond your understanding, and I've been preserving you through seasons you didn't even know were dangerous. Yet now I call you to stand with me intentionally, to cover yourself with prayer, to strengthen your faith, and to trust every instruction I give you without hesitation. Do not allow fear to make you withdraw, and do not allow pride to make you think you can walk this path without me. What is coming requires full dependence, not partial surrender. My child, you are loved beyond measure, and that is why I reveal these hidden strategies, because I refuse to let you walk blindly into harm when I've already given you the light to see. But that light only works when you choose to follow it. Ignoring it leads you into shadows that will overwhelm you if you aren't anchored in me. Hold tightly to my words now, because I am equipping you for what lies ahead, strengthening your spirit so you can endure what others will not be prepared for. The traps set against you will fail if you remain under my covering, but they will succeed if you keep wandering where I've warned you not to go. Hear me. This is not the moment to be casual, distracted, or complacent. This is the moment to awaken fully, to sharpen your focus, and to guard what I've entrusted to you with everything in you. Stay close, stay watchful, and stay ready, for the battle intensifies, but my victory has already secured your way forward if you choose to walk in it. Stay close, stay watchful, and stay ready, for the battle intensifies, but my victory has already secured your way forward if you choose to walk in it. My beloved, I see the weight on your heart, the silent battles you've been carrying alone, the questions that have kept you awake in the quiet hours, and the exhaustion hidden behind your strength. You've been trying to hold everything together while pretending you're fine, but I see through the mask you wear before the world. I see the moments when fear creeps in, when doubts press hard against your mind, and when the future feels uncertain and overwhelming. You've been carrying burdens that were never yours to hold, replaying failures that I've already forgiven, and clinging to wounds I've long desired to heal. I've been calling to you softly, inviting you to lay down the heaviness, but you've hesitated, thinking you had to fix yourself before coming closer. My child, hear me now. You were never meant to carry this weight alone. I've watched as you've hidden your pain, as you've smiled while breaking inside, as you've endured storms without reaching for my hand, and yet I've never left your side. Every silent tear you've cried has touched my heart, every unspoken prayer has reached my throne, and every moment you thought I was absent, I was holding you together when you felt like falling apart. You've been longing for someone to understand you fully, to see past your mistakes and fears, and that someone has been me from the very beginning. I know the parts of you that no one else sees, the insecurities you bury, the regrets you replay, the disappointments you whisper to yourself in the dark, and still, I call you mine. But, beloved, you cannot keep living with this weight pressing down on your spirit. It is time to release it to me completely. The heaviness you feel is not only from what you've endured, but also from battles in the unseen, and the longer you hold on by your own strength, the more weary your heart will become. That is why I've been stirring you in this season, drawing you closer, urging you to pour everything out before me, your fears, your failures, your anger, your broken dreams, because I want to fill those empty places with my peace. I know you've tried to be strong for everyone else, holding together responsibilities, relationships, and expectations. But I never designed you to carry it all alone. You were made to walk with me, to lean on me, to allow my strength to uphold you when yours runs out. The struggles you face are not signs of weakness. They are invitations to deeper dependence, reminders that you cannot win these battles without me. Stop fighting alone, child. Stop believing the lie that you're unseen and unheard. I've been closer than your very breath, watching over every step, guarding you even when you wandered, guiding you even when you resisted, and loving you even when you doubted. I know the pain that has hardened parts of your heart, the betrayals that made you close doors, the disappointments that taught you to stop hoping, but I'm here now, breaking through the walls you built around yourself to protect what hurts. Let me in. Let me heal what the world wounded. Let me carry what has been crushing you silently. You've been running on empty, trying to pour from a dry well, but I have living waters that never run out, strength that never fails, and peace that cannot be shaken by the chaos around you. Everything you've been searching for, the rest your soul longs for, the comfort your heart craves, the stability you need, is found in my presence. Stop striving to earn what I've already given freely. My grace has covered you, my mercy has sustained you, and my love has never changed, not for a moment. Come closer, child, not halfway, not in fragments, but fully. Lay down the pride, the shame, the doubts, the guilt. I already know every detail, and I still choose you. But I need you to surrender before the weight crushes you further. There is restoration waiting on the other side of release, healing prepared on the other side of surrender, and strength rising as soon as you let go. This is why I'm reaching for you now, why these words find you here, why your heart is stirring even as you read this, because I'm calling you out of weariness into renewal, out of striving into rest, out of surviving into truly living. But it begins with this one decision: stop carrying what I've already conquered, and let me lift the burdens you were never meant to bear. Stop carrying what I've already conquered, and let me lift the burdens you were never meant to bear. My beloved, every tear you've cried has reached me, and though you've wondered if I was silent, I've been moving for you in ways you cannot yet see. There are storms I've calmed before they touched you, dangers I've removed before you even sensed them, and doors I've been unlocking slowly because your heart wasn't ready to walk through them until now. I have watched you wrestle with the heaviness of unanswered prayers, the frustration of waiting, and the longing for breakthrough, and I need you to understand this. My timing has not failed you. I have been aligning everything perfectly so nothing is missing when your moment arrives. The delays you've endured were not punishment but preparation. The silence you faced was not abandonment but positioning. The stillness you felt was not rejection but refinement. I've been strengthening your spirit, stretching your faith, shaping your character, and removing what cannot follow you into where I am leading. You thought I had forgotten, but I've been holding every detail of your life in my hands, working even when you thought nothing was changing. I've seen you on the days when you fought to hold hope together while fear whispered that nothing would ever shift. And I want you to know those battles were not wasted. They were building something inside you that cannot be destroyed. The strength you will need for the days ahead is being forged right now, in the quiet places where only I see. And every sacrifice you've made in faith has been recorded in heaven. My child, I've heard every time you whispered my name in desperation, every time you sat alone wondering if I still cared, every moment you thought your prayers disappeared into emptiness. They reached me. Not a single word you've spoken in faith has gone unheard, and not a single tear you've shed has fallen without my knowing. I am closer than you've realized, holding you steady when the weight around you threatened to break you. But now, I need you to trust deeper than before, because the season you are entering requires more than surface faith. It requires full surrender. What I'm about to release into your life carries significance far greater than you comprehend, and it cannot be delayed any longer. There are blessings prepared, connections arranged, opportunities written with your name on them, but they will only unfold when you step fully into my leading. Stop measuring your future by the pain of your past, because I am doing something entirely new, something greater than anything you've imagined, and it begins the moment you choose to believe me completely. I have seen how the enemy tried to wear you down with disappointment, how he tried to convince you that I had overlooked you, how he whispered that your faith was wasted. But those lies are breaking now in my presence. I am proving every word I've spoken true, every promise I've given secure, every plan I've prepared unstoppable. The weariness you've been carrying is not your ending. It's the final push before the shift takes place, and I will not allow you to fall when your breakthrough is this close. Lean into me. Hold tighter than you've ever held before. Even when you don't see the full picture, walk where I lead, because I've already gone before you, arranging what you cannot arrange, protecting what you cannot protect, and preparing what you cannot prepare. My love has been surrounding you since the beginning, covering your weaknesses, redeeming your failures, and restoring what you thought was permanently lost. There is no mistake too deep, no wound too hidden, no dream too broken that I cannot breathe life into again. But I need you to meet me here, in this moment, to release every fear you've been carrying, and to let me fill you with strength that doesn't come from striving but from resting in me. The answers you've been searching for are already on the way. The doors you've been knocking on are unlocking, and the provision you've prayed for is being placed into your hands, but it all requires your heart to be open to receive. Do not retreat now. Do not question what I'm doing simply because you cannot see the full picture yet. Trust me, child, because I have never failed you, and I will not start now. This is your time to rise, to step forward, and to believe that what I've spoken over you will not return empty. Everything I've promised is still alive, and it's closer than you think. Everything I've promised is still alive, and it's closer than you think. My beloved, I've been protecting you from storms you never knew were coming, shielding you from situations designed to destroy you, and covering you when danger tried to touch what belongs to me. There were attacks planned against you that never reached your door because my hand intercepted them before you could see them forming. There were relationships that broke apart suddenly because I saw what was hidden beneath smiles and kind words. There were opportunities you thought you lost, but in truth, I removed them to spare you from harm you couldn't perceive. I've been safeguarding your future while you've wondered why certain prayers seemed unanswered, but what looked like delay was my divine intervention preserving your destiny. You cannot imagine the number of times my angels have stood between you and traps set in silence, breaking apart plans formed in secret to keep you from stepping into what I've prepared. While you question my timing, I was orchestrating details beyond your understanding, shifting pieces in realms unseen, aligning events, protecting your spirit, and positioning you for what I'm releasing next. You've endured seasons where everything felt uncertain, where people left without explanation, where doors closed abruptly, and you thought I'd abandoned you. But child, I was rescuing you from battles that were not yours to fight. Do not mistake what I removed as punishment. It was preparation for something greater than you thought possible. There are forces moving around you right now, unseen and unheard, and while the world sees chaos, I am creating order for your sake. I have been rebuilding foundations under your feet so that when the blessings arrive, nothing can shake you from the place I've positioned you. This is why I've been calling you deeper into my presence, because where I am leading you, casual faith will not sustain you. There will be moments ahead where your strength alone will not carry you, and the noise around you will try to cloud your focus, but my spirit will be your compass if you stay close to me. I've been protecting your heart, guarding your mind, and preserving your purpose, because the weight of your assignment is greater than you realize. Everything that tried to break you was allowed only to reveal the strength I've placed within you, and everything that fell apart was a setup for something greater that I am putting together. Do you see, child? I've been holding back the full measure of what I've prepared because the foundation had to be secured first. But now that the positioning is complete, I am releasing what the enemy has been fighting to keep from you. What he tried to destroy, I am restoring. What he attempted to delay, I am accelerating. What he thought was stolen forever, I am returning in abundance. Not only what you lost, but what you didn't even know was being prepared in the secret places of my will. But for you to receive it, you must let go of fear and step fully into trust. I know you've grown weary of waiting, frustrated by uncertainty, and overwhelmed by battles you never expected to face. But my protection has been active through it all. The evidence of my hand is already around you. The relationships I preserved, the paths I cleared, the peace I sustained within you when everything else seemed unstable. I've never left your side, not for a moment, and every move I've made has been with your good in mind, even when it didn't feel like it. The storms were real, but so was my shield. The battles were fierce, but so was my defense. And the plans I've written for you are untouched by what came against you, because no weapon formed has prevailed, and none ever will. I'm reminding you now so your faith is strengthened for what's next, because there is more unfolding behind the scenes than you can see in this moment. Where I am taking you requires boldness, and though opposition may rise, know this: my protection surrounds you like a fortress, and my angels go before you to prepare the way. Trust that I've already handled what's ahead, and rest in the certainty that I will continue guarding what I've placed inside you. Nothing can separate you from my covering when you remain close to me, and the battles that terrified you before will become testimonies of my power in your life. Stand firm, child. The shield that has carried you this far will not fail you now, for I am faithful, and I will finish what I began in you long before the storms ever started. For I am faithful, and I will finish what I began in you long before the storms ever started. My beloved, do not mistake my patience for absence, for I have been working in places your eyes cannot see and moving in ways your understanding cannot grasp. While you thought I was silent, I was shifting atmospheres, lining destinies, and preparing breakthroughs that required precise timing. There were moments when you felt forgotten, when unanswered prayers left you questioning if I still heard you, but I never turned away. I've been closer than your breath, guiding your steps even when you didn't realize it. The stillness you've experienced was never abandonment. It was protection, while the pieces came together for something greater than what you were asking for. You've been praying for provision, but I've been preparing abundance. You've been asking for survival, but I've been building strength. You've been waiting for answers, but I've been writing testimonies so powerful that when they unfold, no one will doubt my hand upon your life. I know it's been difficult to understand why certain paths closed, why certain people walked away, and why certain opportunities seemed to vanish. But child, none of it was random. I've been removing what would have delayed your destiny, even when it felt painful to lose. There are doors I never allowed you to enter because what waited behind them would have harmed you. There were connections I separated you from because they would have weakened your calling. I have been protecting you not only from external harm but from situations that would have drained your spirit and stolen your peace. And though it's been hard to see clearly, you felt that quiet pull in your heart reminding you I'm still here, still guiding, still leading you where you're meant to be. My patience has been your shelter, giving you time to grow into the fullness of who I created you to be. But now the season is shifting, and your response cannot remain the same. The moment you're standing in carries weight, not just for today but for everything I've planned ahead. You cannot afford to hesitate when I call, but the opportunities I'm placing before you are aligned with eternal purposes. If you move with me, doors will open that no one can shut. If you delay, they will close as quickly as they appeared. I'm urging you, child, to sharpen your focus and press deeper into my presence, because distractions are rising louder than ever, and they will attempt to pull your heart away from what matters most. There will be voices speaking confusion, doubts whispering failure, and circumstances tempting you to give up, but my spirit within you will silence them all if you allow me to lead. I have been training you in hidden seasons to recognize my voice above the noise, to discern truth when everything around you feels uncertain, and to trust my timing when logic insists otherwise. Every moment of waiting has refined your faith, every setback has built your resilience, and every tear has watered seeds that are about to bloom in ways you cannot yet imagine. But hear me clearly, there is no more room for hesitation. What's ahead demands your full surrender, your complete attention, and your willingness to walk even when the path isn't fully revealed. I've gone before you and prepared the way. All I ask is that you follow without fear. My patience has been long, my mercy unending, but the time has come to rise into alignment with what I've been preparing for you since the beginning. Do not let doubt chain you to the past. Do not let fear rob you of what is unfolding now. Do not let complacency keep you where I am no longer calling you to stay. I am doing a new thing, child, one that exceeds your understanding, one that carries blessings far beyond what you've imagined, but it requires that you trust me fully, not halfway, not cautiously, but with everything in you. What's been delayed will accelerate, what's been locked will open, and what felt impossible will manifest before your eyes. My hand has never lifted, my presence has never faded, and my plans for you remain intact regardless of what came against you. You've reached a critical point where faith must become action, where prayer must become movement, where obedience must guide your next steps. I have been patient, but the season of preparation is ending. Now is the time to step boldly into everything I've been holding for you. Now is the time to step boldly into everything I've been holding for you. My beloved, you've prayed for answers, and what I speak to you now carries the clarity you've been seeking. For so long, you've been asking me when things would change, when the path would open, when the weight would lift. And today, I reveal to you that the shifts are already in motion. I've been aligning situations, people, and opportunities with perfect precision, even when you thought nothing was moving. What seemed silent on the surface had been alive with my orchestration behind the scenes. The delays were not denials, and the closed doors were not abandonment. They were part of a higher plan that your heart is only beginning to comprehend. Every prayer you've whispered in hidden places has reached me, and while you've wondered if I was listening, I've been responding in ways far beyond what you imagined. I have not ignored a single plea, not one request has gone unnoticed, and every desire you've carried hath been weighed in the light of what's best for you. But my answers are not always immediate because what I'm preparing requires timing you cannot rush. I've been teaching you to wait, not to punish you but to strengthen you, to build within you a deeper foundation of faith so that when the fulfillment comes, you are ready to hold it without fear. You've asked me for provision, and I've been securing resources you don't even know are yours yet. You've sought direction, and I've been straightening the path where your feet will walk. You've longed for breakthrough, and I've been removing obstacles so deeply rooted that you didn't even know they existed. My child, every hidden detail has been handled with care, and nothing concerning you has slipped from my hand. But now I need your heart to open fully, because this is the season where I am calling you to listen more intently than ever before. I am answering, but you must be prepared to receive my instructions even when they do not align with your expectations. The answers I give are not always the ones you've imagined, but they are always the ones your spirit needs. There will be moments where my voice will guide you in ways that feel unfamiliar, pulling you away from comfort and into deeper trust. But know this: every step I ask you to take is leading you closer to the fulfillment of my promises. Do not measure my faithfulness by what you see right now, because the seeds I've planted are breaking through beneath the surface, and soon they will rise before your eyes. You've prayed for a sign, and I've been sending confirmations through moments you've overlooked. Subtle nudges in your spirit, unexpected alignments, doors opening where you least expected them, and connections appearing that seem too perfectly timed to be coincidence. Nothing is random. My hand hath been moving with intentionality, weaving together pieces that once seemed scattered. And now, the time has come for you to step forward with boldness. No longer hesitate, no longer doubt, no longer wait for everything to make sense before you move. Trust that I have already prepared the way, and your obedience will unlock what your prayers have been building toward. The release you've been seeking is closer than you realize, but it rests on your willingness to act when I call. My spirit is stirring within you even now, confirming what your heart already knows. This is the moment to align your steps with mine. The journey ahead will not always look the way you expected, but it carries blessings beyond what you've dared to dream. If you remain in my presence, I will continue to reveal the pieces as you walk, one step at a time, and everything you thought was delayed will unfold in perfect rhythm with my will. This is the answer you've been asking for, the confirmation your heart has been longing to hear. I have heard you. I am moving, and I will not fail you. Trust me beyond what your eyes can see, for the unseen is where I've already completed the work. The doors you thought were locked forever are opening, the paths you thought were lost are being restored, and the blessings I've promised are closer than ever before. Keep your faith anchored, for what I've spoken will come to pass, and nothing, not opposition, not fear, not doubt, can stop what I have already set in motion for you. Nothing, not opposition, not fear, not doubt, can stop what I have already set in motion for you. My beloved, there are hidden blessings being prepared for you, and I need you to know that what's unfolding now carries greater weight than anything you've experienced before. There are gifts assigned to your name, carefully crafted and timed, placed beyond the reach of the enemy's hands, waiting for the moment when your heart is ready to receive them. I have seen the seasons where you felt forgotten, the days you questioned whether I had anything left for you, and the nights you wondered if your prayers had vanished into silence. But child, I've been setting aside treasures that could only be released at this exact time. Every delay you've endured, every disappointment you faced, and every tear you've shed hath been shaping the ground where these blessings will grow. You've been walking through refining fire, and though it was painful, it was necessary, because what I'm releasing cannot rest on unstable foundations. I've been teaching you how to discern my timing, how to walk by faith when everything looks uncertain, and how to trust that what I promised is far greater than what you've lost. These blessings are not temporary comforts, but eternal deposits designed to strengthen your journey and enlarge the impact of your calling. But hear me, to receive them, I need your obedience. I need your willingness to follow where I lead, even when the steps feel uncomfortable, even when the instructions make no sense to your reasoning. The things I've prepared are not for hesitation. They are for those who choose trust over control, surrender over resistance, faith over fear. You cannot cling to what I've asked you to release and expect to embrace what's coming. There are places I'm leading you where old patterns cannot go, relationships cannot follow, and distractions cannot survive, because the blessings I've assigned require an environment where your spirit is free to grow. I have been pruning away what no longer serves your destiny, even when you fought to hold onto it, because I see what's ahead, and I know what's necessary for you to carry what I'm placing in your hands. Do not despise the closed doors, for each one was protection. Do not mourn what I've taken away, for it was preparing space for something greater. I've been clearing the path so you can walk into this season unburdened, unhindered, and fully aligned with my will. My child, you must understand this. The blessings I'm releasing now are not earned. They are not rewards for perfection, but gifts born from my love and my covenant with you. Yet they require your readiness, your willingness to walk away from what I've already called you out of, and your decision to keep your eyes on me when the distractions around you try to compete for your focus. Do not allow fear to whisper that you're unworthy. I chose you knowing your flaws, your failures, and your weaknesses. I called you before the beginning, and nothing could disqualify what I've destined for you unless you walk away from it yourself. But if you will hold on to my promises and trust that my timing is flawless, you will see provision appear where there seemed to be none, favor poured out in places you never expected, and opportunities opening that no man can shut. These blessings are not just for you. They are also for those connected to your obedience, for I am setting you in position not only to receive, but to overflow into the lives of others. Your surrender will unlock the breakthroughs of many. I know it hasn't been easy, but this is the moment where faith becomes sight, where prayers become reality, and where what I've whispered in the quiet will manifest before your very eyes. Stay close to me, listen carefully, and move when I prompt you, for what I'm releasing is more than provision. It is purpose, alignment, restoration, and elevation. Everything I've promised is coming into view, but you must be ready to hold it, nurture it, and steward it well. Keep your heart open, child. Keep your spirit expectant. The blessings are nearer than you realize, and soon you will see why the waiting was worth every moment. Keep your heart open, child. Keep your spirit expectant. The blessings are nearer than you realize, and soon you will see why the waiting was worth every moment. What I'm about to release over your life carries eternal weight, and I need you to be prepared, because what is coming will shift more than your surroundings. It will transform your purpose, your relationships, and the course of your journey. There are moments in life that define everything that follows, and this is one of them. What I've been arranging in secret is not small. It is greater than anything you've envisioned, and it demands your full attention. Do not treat lightly the season you're standing in, for it holds more significance than your eyes can perceive right now. You've been in preparation, even when you thought you were simply enduring, and everything you've faced up to this point has been shaping you for this very moment. The tests, the disappointments, the unexpected turns, they were all part of a process that would strengthen what I placed within you long before you knew what it was for. I've allowed certain pressures to develop your endurance, so when the release comes, you're able to hold what I'm placing in your hands without losing it to fear or distraction. The blessings I'm sending are heavy, not because they are burdens, but because they carry responsibility, influence, opportunity, authority, and they must be handled with wisdom. This is why I've been refining your character in hidden places, molding your heart to carry compassion and humility, sharpening your discernment to know my voice above all others. Do not assume this is about material gain alone. What's coming has eternal impact and is connected to people, places, and purposes far beyond your own life. My child, I need you to prepare your spirit to steward what I am about to entrust to you. Guard your thoughts carefully, for with greater blessings comes greater opposition, and the adversary will try to plant doubt, fear, and confusion to keep you from fully receiving what I've set aside. He knows he cannot take from you what I've ordained, but he will attempt to convince you to give it up yourself by leading you into discouragement or distraction. That is why your focus must remain steady on me, not on the noise, not on the uncertainty, not on the opinions of others, but on my voice alone. I will guide you through every step if you allow me to lead, and as you walk in alignment, doors will open with supernatural ease. Places where you once faced resistance will suddenly yield. Opportunities that seemed blocked will swing wide, and influence will be extended to you in ways that no human effort could make happen. But hear me, do not rush ahead of my timing, for stepping outside my pace will place you in battles I never intended you to fight. Trust me to bring forth what is yours at the right moment, for when I release it, no power on earth or in the unseen can block it. You will not have to force what I've already secured. You only need to remain steadfast, faithful, and obedient to my instructions. My plans for you have never wavered, and what I'm bringing now will confirm my faithfulness in ways you've never experienced before. This is not just another season. It is a divine appointment, and everything around you is aligning to reveal what I've been preparing since the beginning. I'm giving you favor in unexpected places, strengthening divine connections, and placing you where your influence can bring light into spaces still covered in shadows. Stay close to me and guard your heart, because I am raising you into a position where your decisions will affect more than your life alone. They will impact others whose destinies are tied to yours. Walk carefully, but do not walk in fear. Be bold, but stay humble. Speak when I prompt you, and remain silent when I instruct you, for timing will be everything in this release. You've waited long for this, child, and I promise you, the unveiling of what I've prepared will not disappoint you. It will exceed your expectations, surpass your prayers, and restore years you thought were lost. But above all, it will draw you deeper into my presence, for I am the source of every blessing, and without me, even the greatest gift loses its meaning. Stand ready. The weight of what's coming will shift everything, and you will see my hand upon your life in undeniable ways. Stand ready. The weight of what's coming will shift everything, and you will see my hand upon your life in undeniable ways. My beloved, the voices around you will try to confuse and distract, pulling you toward paths that seem appealing but lead you away from where I am guiding you. You must guard your heart in this season more than ever before, for not every sound carries truth, and not every influence comes from me. There will be opinions, suggestions, and pressures from those around you, each one trying to convince you of what they believe is best for you. but only I see the entire picture of where you are headed. Listen closely to my spirit, for I will never lead you into confusion. I am not the author of chaos, but the source of clarity, and the wisdom I give will always bring peace, even when the steps feel uncomfortable. There will be moments where the path I set before you won't make sense to others, and some may even question your choices. But I need you to remain firm in what I've spoken over your life. Do not measure your direction by the opinions of those who cannot hear what I've whispered in your spirit. My voice must rise above the noise, for the destiny I've designed for you is unlike anyone else's, and the instructions I give are uniquely tailored to the calling placed within you. Be careful, child, because deception often wears the mask of opportunity, and distraction often disguises itself as progress. The enemy knows he cannot destroy what I have ordained, so he will attempt to divert you subtly, shifting your focus little by little until your heart drifts from the center of my will. This is why discernment matters now more than ever. Ask for it daily, and I will sharpen your spirit to distinguish my leading from the voices competing for your attention. I have already given you the ability to recognize when something is not aligned with me. Trust the unease you feel when I nudge you away from certain paths. That restlessness is not fear, it is protection. When I close a door, do not keep knocking. When I remove someone from your life, do not cling to what I've already released. And when I silence a voice that once guided you, know that I am leading you into deeper dependence on me alone. There are decisions ahead that cannot be made based on logic alone, because what I'm building in you goes beyond human reasoning. Follow my spirit, even when others doubt your choices, because I will confirm my direction through peace that cannot be explained and signs you cannot ignore. Stay close to me in prayer. Stay rooted in my word. Stay sensitive to the gentle promptings I place within you, for I will never leave you wandering without guidance. You've been asking for clarity, and I am giving it, but you must be still long enough to hear it. There are secrets I long to reveal about your next steps, but they require your focus. Remove the noise, quiet the distractions, and lean into my presence where my voice speaks clearly. The world is loud, but my spirit whispers softly, and it is in the stillness that I will direct your steps. Do not fear missing my leading. I am faithful to confirm what I speak when you remain attentive. This next chapter requires confidence, not in your own strength, but in the certainty that I will not mislead you. Others may misunderstand, but you are not called to satisfy their expectations. You are called to walk the path I've marked specifically for you. Stay steady, my child, for the decisions you make in this moment will shape more than your present. They will ripple into your future and into the lives of those connected to your journey. Hold fast to my words and do not compromise them to please the voices of the crowd. The blessing I've prepared lies on the path of obedience, and no opinion can replace what I've spoken over you. Remain anchored in me, and I will ensure that every step you take leads you closer to the fulfillment of what I've promised. Remain anchored in me, and I will ensure that every step you take leads you closer to the fulfillment of what I've promised. My beloved, your calling is greater than the chaos surrounding you, and though the storms have been loud, they cannot silence the destiny I've placed within you. You have been chosen for something far beyond what you see right now, something that carries eternal weight and reaches beyond your understanding. I know there have been moments when fear tried to convince you that you're not capable, when doubts whispered that you are unworthy, and when the pressures around you felt too heavy to carry. But I want you to remember this: I placed within you everything you need to walk in the fullness of the purpose I created you for. Before you were born, I wrote your name into a story bigger than your pain, greater than your failures, and stronger than the trials that have tried to break you. What I've placed in you cannot be destroyed by circumstances, silenced by criticism, or erased by the opinions of others. You've been under attack because the assignment on your life carries weight. The adversary sees what you cannot see, and he knows what I've deposited inside you. That's why the resistance hath been so intense, why the delays have felt endless, and why the battles seem relentless. But hear me, child, no power formed against you can undo what I have spoken over your life. I've called you, I've anointed you, and I've equipped you for the road ahead. Even when you feel unprepared, Stop comparing your journey to those around you. Your path has been designed with intentionality, and your process cannot look like anyone else's. I've been shaping your character, molding your heart, and deepening your faith so that when the time comes, you carry what I've entrusted to you without being crushed by its weight. This calling is not just about where I'm taking you, but also about who you're becoming along the way. Every trial has strengthened your endurance, every disappointment has refined your perspective, and every setback has prepared you for a greater release. Do not allow the chaos around you to convince you that I've abandoned you. I am closer than ever, working within the very areas you thought were broken beyond repair. The opposition you face is not evidence of my absence, but confirmation of your significance. The battles rage because you are marked, and the enemy knows he cannot steal your destiny, so he seeks to distract you from stepping into it. That's why I need your focus now more than ever. Fix your eyes on me and not on the noise. Keep your heart anchored to my promises, even when the winds howl against you. The chaos around you is temporary, but my calling on your life is eternal. There will be people who misunderstand you, seasons where you feel isolated, and moments when obedience costs you comfort. But none of it will be wasted. I am using everything, even what was meant for harm, to position you for what's ahead. Trust the process I've placed you in, because it is shaping you for influence far beyond what you've imagined. The platform I'm building for you isn't for recognition but for impact. It's not about titles or applause, but about carrying my light into places where hope hath been lost. And child, I will equip you with the strength, the wisdom, and the boldness to walk where I send you, even when the path feels unfamiliar. You are not walking alone. My spirit goes before you, my hand steadies you, and my favor surrounds you. You are not defined by your failures, nor are you limited by your past. I've called you for more, and the evidence of that calling is already unfolding. Keep pressing forward, no matter what rises against you, for nothing can cancel what I have written over your life. Lean into me when the storms intensify. Trust my leading when the road feels unclear. I will not let you fall. I will not let you fail, and I will complete every good work I began in you. Hold on to my promises, child, and watch as I turn even the chaos into confirmation that you are right where you're meant to be. Hold on to my promises, child, and watch as I turn even the chaos into confirmation that you are right where you're meant to be. The next step I ask you to take will unlock doors you thought were forever closed, and you must be prepared to move when I lead you forward. There are opportunities prepared for you that have been hidden until this moment, doors carefully reserved for the season you are stepping into now. Some of these paths were inaccessible before because the timing was not yet right, and had you entered them too soon, they would have crushed you instead of elevating you. But now, the ground beneath you has been strengthened, your spirit has been refined, and your heart has been molded to carry the weight of what I am about to place in your hands. My beloved, you've been praying for breakthrough, and this is the moment where preparation meets purpose. I am opening access to places where my favor will surround you and my provision will sustain you. But these new levels require your full surrender and willingness to follow instructions without hesitation. Do not allow fear to hold you back or doubts to paralyze your steps. The path has already been cleared ahead of you. I've been orchestrating connections, aligning resources, and removing obstacles you didn't even know were blocking your way. Every delay you've endured has served a greater purpose, to prepare your faith for what's coming, and to ensure that when I open the door, you have the courage to walk through it without turning back. But you must be ready, child, because some opportunities will not wait. They are tied to this appointed time and require a response that reflects trust, not uncertainty. There will be voices around you offering advice based on their own understanding, but only I know the way forward. My spirit will guide you with clarity when you quiet the noise and lean into my presence. I've been training you to recognize my leading in stillness, teaching you to discern when I say move and when I say wait, and now I need you to walk boldly when I whisper go. There will be no need to strive or force what I've already ordained for you. When I open the door, no one can shut it, and what is meant for you will not pass you by. Trust the peace I place within your spirit, for it will confirm the direction even when logic cannot explain it. You will see alignments take place suddenly, people step into your life unexpectedly, and resources appear in ways you never imagined. Do not dismiss these divine moments as coincidence. They are confirmations that my hand is upon you and that I am fulfilling promises spoken long ago. Be cautious, though, because not every open door is from me. Some opportunities are distractions designed to pull you off course. That is why I need your spirit attentive and your heart surrendered, for my wisdom will separate my plan from the counterfeit. You will know the difference because what comes from me will bring peace, clarity, and strength, while what is not from me will breed confusion, exhaustion, and compromise. Do not chase what glitters and miss what carries eternal value. The favor I am releasing will place you in environments where your gifts will flourish, but it will also require humility and obedience to sustain what I entrust to you. Do not fear the unfamiliar, for I am going before you to prepare the way, surrounding you with grace that cannot fail. Every step you take in alignment with me draws you closer to promises you thought were lost, dreams you believed were buried, and breakthroughs you stopped expecting. I am restoring what was delayed, reviving what seemed forgotten, and breathing life into what you believed was finished. But this next chapter will require courage, the kind that walks forward even when the outcome isn't fully revealed. Trust my timing, child, because I have been preparing this moment long before you even knew to ask. The doors I am opening now are not just for provision but for positioning, not just for blessings but for influence, and not just for you but for those I've called you to impact. Step forward boldly, knowing that I've gone ahead of you, and hold firmly to the assurance that what I release cannot be undone by anyone or anything. Hold firmly to the assurance that what I release cannot be undone by anyone or anything. My beloved, there are people depending on your obedience, and what I've placed within you carries an impact that reaches far beyond your own life. The steps you take today are not just shaping your journey but also influencing destinies connected to your decisions. There are hearts waiting for the light I've placed inside you, lives that will find hope because you chose to listen when I called, and blessings tied to your faithfulness that will flow into the lives of many. Do not underestimate the weight of your yes, for when you align with my will, I position you as a vessel through which my goodness reaches others. You've prayed to make a difference, and I've heard every word. Now I am creating opportunities where your obedience will unlock transformation, not only for you but for those who encounter what I've poured into you. The enemy has been relentless in trying to silence your influence, planting fear and doubt to keep you from stepping into the fullness of your assignment. But he cannot stop what I've set in motion. Every attack designed to wear you down has only refined your strength. Every setback has built your endurance, and every closed door has redirected you toward the path where your impact will multiply. This isn't just about you receiving blessings. It's about you becoming a channel for blessings to flow. The favor I am placing upon your life will position you to lift others, to encourage the broken, and to speak life into those who have forgotten their worth. But to carry this, you must remain surrendered, willing to trust me even when the cost feels high. There will be sacrifices required, moments where you must choose faith over comfort, conviction over compromise, and purpose over approval. Some will not understand your choices. Others may even question your path. But I have not called you to please everyone. I have called you to fulfill what I've spoken over your life. The influence I'm giving you isn't for recognition but for transformation, and the assignments I release into your hands will ripple across families, communities, and generations. You are stepping into a season where the seeds you've sown quietly, in faith, through tears, will begin to produce fruit far greater than you imagine. What you thought was small has been growing beneath the surface, and soon, what I've nurtured in secret will be revealed publicly for my glory. Do not fear this unveiling, for I have equipped you with everything necessary to carry what's coming. My Spirit will lead you in wisdom, guiding your words, your actions, and your relationships so that you move with grace and purpose. But be cautious, child. Influence attracts opposition. There will be those who misunderstand, those who envy, and those who seek to distract you. but keep your heart fixed on me, and I will shield you from every scheme. I've already gone before you, preparing divine connections, lining partnerships, and placing you where your voice will carry weight. The people I bring into your path will not be by accident. They are assignments carefully placed to walk alongside you, to strengthen what I'm building, and to help accomplish the greater work. You've been asking me to show you where you belong, and I am positioning you now where your gifts will flourish and your calling will expand. Do not resist the shifts I orchestrate, even when they lead you into unfamiliar territory, for where I guide you is where your purpose will grow. Stay rooted in humility, for pride will hinder what I'm doing, and remain sensitive to my spirit, for your obedience in small things will open doors no effort of your own could unlock. This is not the time to retreat into comfort or hide in fear. This is the moment to rise, to embrace your assignment fully, and to walk in the authority I've placed within you. The lives attached to your obedience are waiting, and through your yes, my light will reach places you never thought possible. Stand firm, child. Move forward boldly. You are stepping into a season where your influence will multiply, your purpose will deepen, and the impact of your faith will extend further than you've ever dreamed. You are stepping into a season where your influence will multiply, your purpose will deepen, and the impact of your faith will extend further than you've ever dreamed. My beloved, what feels like delay has only been preparation, and while you've questioned why certain promises have taken so long to unfold, I need you to understand that every moment has been intentional. There are blessings I've planned for you that required foundations to be strengthened, character to be refined, and vision to be aligned before they could be released. You've endured seasons where prayers seemed unanswered, where doors remained closed, and where hope felt distant, but none of it was wasted. I've been shaping you, protecting you, and aligning everything around you for the appointed time that is now approaching. What I am about to bring into your life requires maturity, humility, and resilience, and through every test, I've been preparing these qualities within you. The waiting has not been punishment but positioning. If I had given you what you asked for too soon, it would not have lasted. But now, you are stepping into a moment where what I release will be secure and unshakable. Do not look back with regret on the time you think was lost. I am the Redeemer of seasons, and I will restore in fullness what you believed was gone forever. The relationships that ended, the opportunities that slipped away, the resources you thought were missed, I am bringing back better, greater, and perfectly aligned replacements. While you waited, I was building strength within you that nothing can break, giving you wisdom born from experience, and shaping your heart to handle the blessings ahead without being consumed by them. The very areas where you felt overlooked are the same places where I am preparing to display my favor. I've seen your endurance when no one else noticed, your quiet faithfulness when you had every reason to give up, and your choice to hold on when everything around you told you to walk away. Those moments were not unseen by me. I've recorded every act of faith, every hidden sacrifice, and every step of obedience, and they are speaking loudly before my throne right now. I know the waiting has been stretching you, but the stretching was necessary to make room for what's coming. The space I'm creating in your life isn't just for small blessings, it's for abundance, for overflow, for breakthroughs that will reach beyond you and into the lives of those connected to your story. You've been tested so that when the release arrives, your heart is anchored in gratitude, and your spirit knows where the blessing came from. Do not allow weariness to cloud your vision now. You are closer than you think. Everything is aligning behind the scenes in ways you cannot see, and soon, the delays that once frustrated you will make sense as you witness doors opening with precision. I've been preparing opportunities where my favor will go before you and give you access to things your effort alone could never achieve. There will be sudden shifts, unexpected alignments, supernatural connections, and divine acceleration, and when it happens, you'll realize it was worth every moment of waiting. But this requires readiness. The promises I've prepared are too significant to enter carelessly. Guard your heart, stay close to my presence, and keep your spirit sensitive to my leading, for I am directing you step by step. The distractions designed to pull you off course will intensify, but your focus must remain steady on me. Trust that I know when, where, and how to release what you've been believing for, and rest in the assurance that I have not forgotten a single thing I've spoken over you. The season of delay is shifting into fulfillment, and soon, what once seemed impossible will unfold before your eyes. Take courage, child. The waiting was never wasted, and you are about to step into a chapter where everything begins to make sense, where prayers meet answers, and where promises become reality. Take courage, child. The waiting was never wasted, and you are about to step into a chapter where everything begins to make sense, where prayers meet answers, and where promises become reality. My beloved, you survived attacks designed to destroy you, battles that were meant to break your spirit, and storms that came to steal your faith. Yet here you are, still standing. The enemy thought the weight of what you faced would crush you, but I was there, holding you steady, surrounding you with my strength when yours was gone. There were moments when darkness tried to overwhelm you, when fear whispered that you wouldn't make it through, and when people you trusted walked away, leaving wounds you didn't know how to heal. Yet every time the forces against you gathered, my hand was covering you, my angels were defending you, and my grace kept pulling you through. What you thought would destroy you has only revealed the resilience I placed inside you. You didn't realize it, but every battle you endured was training, shaping you into the person I've called you to be, preparing you for victories you couldn't yet see. Those painful seasons taught you how to fight, not in your own strength, but through my power working within you. You've been tempered like steel in the fire, and what once wounded you deeply has now equipped you with wisdom that cannot be taken away. I know you've questioned why certain hardships had to happen, why doors closed unexpectedly, and why betrayal came from places you never imagined, but, child, none of it was without purpose. I've used every challenge to position you for greater strength, greater discernment, and greater authority in this new season. The opposition you faced was not proof of my absence. It was confirmation of your calling. The enemy targeted you because of what I've placed inside you, because he sees the potential of the destiny written over your life. But hear me clearly, he is not won and he will not win. You are still here because I have sustained you, and what is ahead of you is far greater than anything you left behind. I have been preserving you, protecting you from dangers you couldn't see, and preparing blessings that your struggles have been building toward all along. Do not dwell on what was lost, for I am bringing restoration in ways you cannot yet comprehend. The tears you've cried have been seen, the sleepless nights have been recorded, and the silent battles you fought have not gone unnoticed. I've captured every moment, and now comes the time when what the enemy tried to steal will be returned in greater measure. You will not leave this season empty-handed. I am giving back peace where there was torment, joy where there was sorrow, strength where there was weakness, and provision where there was lack. And this is not just recovery, it is overflow. I am not simply restoring what was taken but multiplying it so that you walk into a future richer than the pain of your past. Take this to heart. The same battles that once terrified you will soon become testimonies that inspire others. Your story will become a light for those walking through darkness, and the same comfort I've poured into you will flow through you to heal others. That's why the fight was so intense, because the impact of your life reaches further than you know. Every scar tells a story of survival, every wound marks the places I've healed, and every victory reveals my faithfulness. Do not fear the attacks ahead. They are only shadows compared to the power within you now. You've grown, child, and the authority I've given you through endurance cannot be shaken. From this moment forward, walk with confidence, knowing that I am with you, that my spirit empowers you, and that my promises remain unbreakable. You've come through fire and flood, yet you stand here, chosen and unshaken, and I will use every trial to catapult you into the very purpose I created you for. You've come through fire and flood, yet you stand here, chosen and unshaken, and I will use every trial to catapult you into the very purpose I created you for. My beloved, do not underestimate the power of the choice before you, for this moment carries eternal weight, and heaven and earth are watching what unfolds next. You are standing at a turning point, and the decisions you make now will determine more than your present. They will shape generations connected to your journey. There is a path I've designed specifically for you, one where my promises align perfectly with your obedience, but it requires your complete trust. I will not force you to walk where I'm leading. I invite you, but I also warn you, hesitation in this season will cost far more than you realize. There are blessings I've prepared that are tied to this appointed time, doors that will remain open only for a while, and opportunities that will shift the trajectory of your future. If you allow fear or doubt to guide your steps, you will miss what I've positioned for you. Yet if you move with faith, even when you cannot see the entire path, you will step into a flow of favor and provision unlike anything you've known. The adversary knows the weight of this moment, which is why he has been pressing harder than ever to cloud your judgment, confuse your thoughts, and weaken your resolve. He will try to distract you with noise, present shortcuts that lead you away from alignment, and surround you with voices that seem wise but are not from me. That is why your spirit must remain anchored in my presence. Only there will you find the clarity to choose rightly. I've given you my spirit to guide you, to nudge you, to whisper truth when the world offers deception. Trust what I place in your heart, for I will never contradict my word, and my peace will confirm when you are on the right path. Do not look to circumstances to validate my leading. What I'm asking you to do may look impossible, but where I guide, I provide. The steps I call you to take will require courage, but I will equip you with everything needed to fulfill what I've spoken. I've already prepared the way ahead, arranging divine alignments, positioning key relationships, and removing obstacles that once seemed unmovable. But you must decide. Will you remain where it feels safe, or will you step into the unknown where my promises are waiting? My child, hear me. Safety is not always where my will resides, and comfort is not always the place of calling. Sometimes I lead you through uncharted waters, not to harm you, but to show you the depths of my power working through your surrender. You've been praying for change, for breakthrough, for a new chapter, and now I am opening the door, but only you can choose to walk through it. Do not allow the weight of the past to keep you bound where I am no longer working. Do not let guilt convince you that you're unworthy of what I'm giving, for I've already covered your mistakes with grace and rewritten your story with redemption. What lies before you is not determined by where you've been, but by whether you trust me enough to move where I lead. Understand this. What I've prepared is bigger than your understanding, greater than your imagination, and beyond your control, but it begins with your yes. One act of obedience in this moment will unlock blessings, opportunities, and influence that ripple through your future and into the lives of others. This is why the choice carries so much weight. It is not just about you, but about those tied to your destiny. I have been waiting for this alignment, preparing this season, and calling you higher because I know what's ahead. Do not let fear steal what faith was meant to claim. Do not let hesitation rob you of the breakthrough you've been praying for. The moment has come, child. Choose me. Choose trust. Choose to walk boldly into the unknown. For on the other side of your yes, I have prepared more than you've dared to believe. For on the other side of your yes, I have prepared more than you've dared to believe. My beloved, I am placing you in alignment with miracles that cannot be explained, and the shifts taking place around you now are the beginning of something greater than you've imagined. What I'm orchestrating goes beyond what human understanding can grasp. It is supernatural, intentional, and perfectly timed. You've prayed for open doors, and I am not just opening one. I am unlocking pathways that will lead you into a season where favor will surround you, resources will flow, and opportunities will arise in ways you never expected. The alignments happening now are not coincidence. They are divine connections, prepared long before you even knew to ask. People are being positioned, relationships are being formed, and circumstances are being rearranged so that when the moment comes, everything you need will be within reach. But I need you to stay close to me, because miracles require sensitivity to my leading. If you try to force what I haven't released yet, you will only exhaust yourself and delay what I've set in motion. Wait on my instruction and move when I prompt you. Timing will be everything in this season. Do not compare your journey to others, for what I'm doing in your life is unique. The blessings I'm preparing are tailored specifically for your assignment, and they cannot be measured by anyone else's story. Be patient with the process, even when it seems slow, because behind the scenes, I am aligning details you cannot yet see. Trust that I am working on your behalf, moving in places your feet haven't reached, and preparing answers to prayers you've spoken only in silence. These miracles will not be the result of striving, manipulation, or control. They will be the fruit of surrender. Your role is not to make them happen, but to remain positioned where I can release them. That is why I've been teaching you dependence, drawing you into deeper prayer, and training you to recognize my voice when distractions try to drown it out. In the days ahead, you will begin to see signs confirming that I've gone before you. Opportunities will arise suddenly, conversations will shift unexpectedly, and resources will come from places you never imagined. Do not dismiss these moments. They are evidence that I've been working long before you realized it. My favor will open doors that skill alone could not, and my power will place you where effort could not reach. But child, understand this. Miracles are not simply given to impress you. They are sent to position you, to draw you deeper into my presence, and to align you with assignments that impact more than your own life. I am setting you up to influence people you haven't met, to step into spaces you didn't know were meant for you, and to carry hope into places still covered in darkness. This is bigger than your needs. This is about advancing my purpose through your obedience. That is why staying close to me matters now more than ever. The noise will grow louder, but my whisper will guide you through it. Guard your spirit, for not every open door is from me, and not every opportunity will lead where I'm taking you. The miracles I release will come with peace, clarity, and confirmation. They will align with my word and strengthen your faith, not weaken it. Do not chase signs. Allow them to follow you as you remain in my will. I am not asking you to figure out how everything will happen. I'm asking you to trust that I've already made the way. When the alignment is complete, you will look back and see how every delay, every redirection, and every closed door led you precisely to this moment. I have been working beyond your sight, weaving together pieces of a plan greater than anything you could design. Soon, what felt scattered will come together perfectly, and you'll understand that I was always preparing you for this time. Keep your eyes fixed on me, for the miracles I'm releasing will arrive suddenly, but your heart must be ready to recognize them. Keep your eyes fixed on me, for the miracles I'm releasing will arrive suddenly, but your heart must be ready to recognize them. My beloved, the chains holding you back are already weakening, and everything that once seemed impossible is beginning to shift under the weight of my power. There have been limitations surrounding you, circumstances that felt unmovable, and barriers that stood between you and the promises I've spoken. But now, I am breaking through what resisted you. What held you bound is losing its grip, and the doors you thought were locked are beginning to open because my authority overrides every force working against your destiny. The heaviness that has pressed upon your spirit for so long is lifting, and the weariness you've carried silently is being replaced with strength you did not know you had. You are entering a season where freedom will no longer be a hope, but a reality. I am removing the weight of cycles that kept repeating, ending patterns that drained your joy, and shattering lies that convinced you change was impossible. What the enemy used to trap you, I am turning into testimony. What once felt like failure will soon reveal itself as the setup for victory. My hand has been upon you even when you didn't see it, and my spirit has been working deeply in places no one else could reach. I've been healing wounds that ran deeper than words, mending pieces of your heart broken by disappointments, and restoring the strength that trials tried to strip away. You fought battles no one else has seen, and I know how tired your soul has felt. But hear me now, child. The struggle is not the end. It's the pathway to your breakthrough. I've been using every test to build endurance, every delay to increase your capacity, and every tear to water the seeds of what I am about to bring forth in your life. The limitations you faced are being replaced with open doors. The chains that tried to keep you in one place are snapping one by one as I release you into new levels of purpose and influence. This is why the opposition has felt heavier lately, because the enemy knows his hold is slipping, and he is desperate to distract you from stepping into freedom. Do not believe the whispers of fear or the accusations of failure, for I have declared you redeemed, chosen, and equipped for greater. The past cannot define you, and I have already rewritten your story. The weight of guilt, shame, and regret is being lifted off you now. I am breaking off everything that once convinced you that you were unworthy of my promises. Stand firm in the truth of who I've called you to be and refuse to return to places I've delivered you from. Where there was confusion, I am releasing clarity. Where there was bondage, I am establishing liberty. Where there was lack, I am pouring abundance. And where there was fear, I am filling you with courage to walk boldly into what I've prepared. But, child, you must make room for the new by letting go of what no longer serves your destiny. Do not cling to what I've asked you to release, for the freedom I'm giving requires trust. I know the unknown feels intimidating, but my plans are already secure, and every step I ask you to take is covered by my presence. Soon, you will see the evidence of my hand like never before, prayers answered, breakthroughs unfolding, and promises fulfilled. What seemed delayed was never denied. I was aligning everything perfectly so that when I opened the way, nothing and no one could stop what I ordained. Now is the time to step forward without hesitation. Walk boldly, for you are no longer bound by what once restrained you. The chains are gone, the barriers are falling, and I am placing before you a path cleared by my power. Trust me fully, child, for the freedom I'm leading you into will not only transform your life, but will impact others tied to your journey. Trust me fully, child, for the freedom I'm leading you into will not only transform your life, but will impact others tied to your journey. There is a path being cleared ahead of you, one that has been hidden until this appointed time, and I need you to walk it with courage and confidence. For so long, you've wondered if I had forgotten your prayers, if the promises spoken over you were still alive, but every detail of this moment has been carefully prepared. You faced obstacles that seemed impossible, seasons that tested your faith, and setbacks that made you question your strength, yet none of these have stopped what I've destined for you. Every delay, every redirection, every closed door has been working together to guide you exactly where I need you to be. You may not see the full picture yet, but I have been orchestrating every step, ensuring that the road ahead is secured and that nothing will block you from what belongs to you. I have moved situations, shifted hearts, and aligned opportunities in ways beyond human understanding so that when you arrive, everything will be ready for your next chapter. But, my beloved, this is a path that requires boldness. You cannot carry old fears into new seasons. The hesitation that once held you back must be left behind, for where I'm leading you now demands full trust. There will be moments where you feel the weight of uncertainty pressing against you, but remember this: I go before you. I walk with you. I strengthen you. You are not stepping into this unknown alone. My presence surrounds you like a shield, and my spirit will guide you with precision. Do not be afraid when the path looks narrow, for I have already removed the hidden traps set to harm you. Do not worry when opposition rises, for I have gone ahead to fight battles you haven't seen. What I've prepared cannot be undone by fear, failure, or the plans of those who wish to see you stumble. The road I've marked for you is secure because my authority establishes it, and no power in heaven or earth can overturn what I've decreed over your life. Yet, child, understand this: your steps must be intentional. I will light the way, but you must walk in alignment with my instructions. I've been training you to hear my voice above the noise, to discern when I'm saying move and when I'm saying wait, and this sensitivity will be your greatest strength in this season. Stay connected to me. Let prayer be your compass and my word be your anchor. The distractions will come, but your focus must remain unshaken, for the decisions you make now will carry lasting consequences. Where I am taking you, provision will meet you at every step, favor will open unexpected doors, and influence will reach places you never imagined possible. But these blessings are not simply for your gain. They are part of a greater plan to position you as a light, to demonstrate my power through your testimony, and to bring hope to those watching your journey. There are people assigned to encounter me through your obedience, and your faithfulness will unlock doors not only for yourself, but for them as well. This is why I've been preparing you so carefully. This is why the battles felt so intense. You were being shaped for this very moment, strengthened for the weight of what I am entrusting to you now. The path ahead is not without challenges, but you are no longer who you used to be. You are stronger, wiser, and more resilient because of where I've brought you from. What once caused you to stumble will no longer have power over you, for I have equipped you to overcome. Move forward confidently, knowing that what lies ahead is greater than what is behind you. Keep your eyes fixed on me, your heart aligned with my will, and your spirit open to my leading. The path is clear, my beloved, and the promise is waiting. Step forward with courage, for this is the moment where preparation meets fulfillment, and everything begins to unfold exactly as I have designed. Step forward with courage, for this is the moment where preparation meets fulfillment, and everything begins to unfold exactly as I have designed. My beloved, I am placing new strength within you, a strength that is rising quietly, built from the seasons where you thought you couldn't continue but still chose to hold on. Every trial you've endured, every silent battle you faced, and every prayer you've whispered has been shaping the foundation of who you are becoming. What I am preparing you to carry requires endurance, and that endurance has been forged in the hidden places where no one else could see your pain but me. You have been stretched beyond what you believed you could handle, yet your faith has not collapsed, and this has positioned you perfectly for what is coming next. I have been molding your heart to withstand the pressures of your assignment, strengthening your spirit so it cannot be shaken by the storms ahead. What once broke you before will no longer have power over you now. I've equipped you with discernment sharpened by experience, wisdom formed in the fire, and resilience anchored in my presence. You may have felt overlooked, but nothing about your journey has been wasted. Every moment has been preparing you for elevation. Soon, the strength I've been building within you will meet opportunities designed specifically for the gifts I placed inside you. Doors you couldn't open in your own power will swing wide because I've gone ahead of you, securing the way before you even arrive. My favor will accompany you into rooms where your name has already been spoken, and what seemed impossible before will become reality because of what I have set into motion. What child? With greater opportunity comes greater responsibility. I am calling you higher, asking you to steward the influence I am giving you with humility and grace. Stay close to me, for it is in my presence that you will receive the instructions necessary to navigate this next chapter. Do not let pride take root when promotion comes, and do not let fear hold you back when challenges rise. You will need to walk with balance, boldness rooted in faith and gentleness grounded in love. The strength I've given you is not only for overcoming personal battles, but also for lifting others who are weary. You will encounter people who are walking roads you once traveled, carrying burdens you once bore, and I will use your story to breathe hope into their darkness. What I've healed within you will become healing for someone else. What I've restored in your life will become a testimony that breaks chains for others. Do not underestimate the power of your journey. I've been shaping you not just for your own breakthrough, but to become a vessel of breakthrough for many. And while the battles ahead may test you, remember that I've already gone before you, securing every victory you will need. The same hand that carried you through the fires of yesterday will sustain you through the challenges of tomorrow. Do not let the weight of the unknown steal your peace. I have already written the ending, and my plans for you remain unshakable. Keep your focus steady, your heart soft, and your spirit ready, because sudden shifts are coming. Unexpected alignments, divine opportunities, and supernatural provision will begin to unfold in ways you never thought possible. It will not happen through striving or forcing. It will flow from staying aligned with me. The strength I've placed inside you will carry you into territories where others doubted you could stand, and my spirit within you will give you the words, the courage, and the wisdom needed for every step. Do not be afraid, my child, for I am walking with you into this new season, and nothing formed against you can stop what I have ordained. Hold tightly to what I've spoken, Lean fully on my promises, and trust the strength I've given you, for it is leading you into the fulfillment of what I've prepared since the very beginning. Hold tightly to what I've spoken, lean fully on my promises, and trust the strength I've given you, for it is leading you into the fulfillment of what I've prepared since the very beginning. My beloved, I am calling you deeper into my presence, because what is coming requires clarity you can only find when you are near me. The next steps I'm leading you into cannot be navigated by human understanding alone. They demand a heart that listens, a spirit that discerns, and faith that walks without seeing the entire picture. I have been whispering to you in the quiet moments, drawing you closer so that you will not miss the instructions I am releasing. This season is critical, and your ability to hear me above the noise around you will determine how smoothly you step into what I've prepared. There are distractions designed to cloud your vision and pull your heart away from alignment, but I am teaching you to silence every voice that does not carry my truth. You cannot afford to allow fear, confusion, or doubt to influence your decision now. Where I am taking you, obedience must come before understanding. The path will not always make sense to your mind, but trust that my wisdom sees far beyond what your eyes can comprehend. My spirit is your guide, and I will confirm my leading through peace that cannot be shaken, and signs you will recognize when you remain still before me. This is not the time to rush ahead in your own strength, nor to hesitate when I prompt you. Timing will be everything in this unfolding. Stay near to me, child, for my presence will be your protection and your compass. I will speak in ways you least expect, through quiet impressions, through divine alignments, through doors that open effortlessly and those I intentionally keep shut. Trust these nudges, for they are my hand steering you away from hidden traps and into places where my favor rests. I know the weight of the decisions before you feels heavy, but you are not walking into this alone. My counsel surrounds you, my angels are positioned beside you, and I have already gone ahead to make crooked paths straight. Every detail of your journey has been carefully prepared. Nothing you're facing has caught me by surprise. I see beyond what's visible, and I know how to lead you through complexities you cannot yet perceive. But for this, I need your undivided attention. Set aside the noise of comparison, release the pressure of trying to figure out everything at once, and lean into the stillness where my voice becomes clear. I am inviting you into deeper intimacy with me, where your faith will grow stronger, your discernment will sharpen, and your confidence in my promises will rise above every doubt. In my presence, confusion fades, fear loses its power, and clarity is restored. Stay anchored here, and the uncertainty you feel will transform into unshakable trust. The distractions will come louder, the temptations will feel stronger, and the enemy will try to plant seeds of uncertainty in your heart. But do not listen to the noise when I am speaking peace over you. I will never compete for your attention. I wait for you to draw closer. Seek me before you move, and I will make your steps sure. Seek me before you decide, and I will align the outcome with my perfect will. Seek me before you speak, and I will give you words filled with grace and power. This season will separate those who lean on my voice from those who are swayed by what they see, and I am calling you to be one who chooses trust, not fear. My beloved, this is the moment to press into me more than ever before. Do not rely on your understanding, for my ways are higher than yours, and my plans are unfolding in ways far beyond what you could imagine. Stay close, remain surrendered, and keep your heart sensitive to every whisper of my spirit. I promise you, child, if you stay near me, you will not miss what I've prepared, and nothing will be able to derail what I've destined for your life. If you stay near me, you will not miss what I've prepared, and nothing will be able to derail what I've destined for your life. My beloved, the season you are stepping into carries a weight unlike any other, and I need you to be ready, spiritually, mentally, and emotionally, because what I am about to release requires a heart fully surrendered to me. The shifts taking place around you are not random. They are part of a greater plan, woven carefully through time to position you exactly where you need to be. There are moments when it may feel overwhelming, when the pressure seems unbearable, and when uncertainty tries to creep in. But I need you to remember, that I have been preparing you for this all along. Every challenge you've endured, every tear you've cried, and every battle you've fought has been shaping you into the person who can carry what I'm entrusting to you now. I have been refining your character, stretching your capacity, and deepening your dependence on me, because what is ahead cannot be sustained by yesterday's strength. You will need a fresh anointing for this new season, and I am pouring it over you even now. My Spirit is equipping you with wisdom that transcends understanding, giving you discernment to recognize opportunities I've designed and the courage to step boldly into them without hesitation. Do not allow the size of what's coming to intimidate you. I chose you knowing exactly what I've placed within you. You are not stepping into this unprepared. Everything you've walked through has been preparing you for this very moment. The voices of doubt may rise, and the enemy will try to convince you that you are not ready. But I remind you today, I have called you, I have chosen you, and I have equipped you with everything necessary to succeed. You will not walk this path alone. My presence goes before you, surrounds you, and strengthens you at every turn. Stay rooted in me, for apart from me, even the greatest opportunities can become burdens. But with me, what once felt impossible will flow with ease. I have already placed the right people along your path, aligned divine connections, and arranged provision that will meet you exactly where you need it. The assignments I am releasing into your hands are not small. They carry impact beyond your imagination. Through your obedience, lives will be touched, hearts will be healed, and chains will be broken. That is why the preparation hath been so intense, because the influence I'm giving you carries responsibility. But fear not, child, for I am your source. The weight of this calling does not rest on your strength, it rests on mine, and my strength cannot fail. As you move forward, keep your heart pure and your motives aligned with my will. Guard your spirit against pride, for pride will distort vision and close doors meant to remain open. Remain humble, stay teachable, and let gratitude lead you in every step, for humility will attract favor while arrogance invites downfall. There will be moments when you must choose between comfort and calling, between what is safe and what requires faith. In those moments, lean on me. I will steady your heart and guide your decisions. This path will require sacrifice, but every sacrifice will lead to a harvest beyond what you've sown. Do not be afraid when unfamiliar challenges arise, for they are signs that you are stepping into new dimensions of growth and influence. Trust that I've already prepared the answers before the questions appear and the solutions before the problems arise. You are stepping into the fullness of what I promised long ago, and I will not let you fail. I am with you in the details, in the unseen, in every decision, and in every conversation. Keep seeking me, keep listening for my whispers, and keep walking even when the path ahead feels unclear. I will light the way as you take each step in faith, and you will see my hand confirming every move. The season has arrived, child, embrace it fully, for everything I've prepared is ready, and your moment is here. Embrace it fully, for everything I've prepared is ready, and your moment is here. My beloved, what lies ahead is greater than what you've left behind, and I need you to step forward without hesitation. There are new doors opening before you, doors that were once hidden, doors that no amount of striving could unlock. But now, because the time is right, I am setting them wide open. You've walked through seasons where nothing seemed to move, where prayers felt unanswered and progress felt impossible, but those delays were never denials. They were my preparation. I've been arranging details you couldn't see, aligning opportunities you couldn't reach, and shaping your heart to carry what is being released in this hour. Do not let the memory of past disappointments hold you captive when I am doing something entirely new. You are not stepping back into what was. You are stepping forward into what I've been preparing since the very beginning. The path ahead may not look familiar, but every step is ordered, and my presence surrounds you as you move. You do not need to have all the answers right now. You only need to trust the one who does. I've already handled what you cannot handle, removed what would hinder you, and secured what belongs to you. The weight of this moment is not meant to overwhelm you, but to remind you of the significance of where I am taking you. There will be sudden shifts, unexpected alignments, and divine connections that appear seemingly out of nowhere, but nothing about them will be accidental. I have been weaving together threads behind the scenes, preparing resources, people, and opportunities to meet you exactly where you're going. Walk boldly into these doors without fear, for I have already gone before you to make the way clear. Yet, my child, do not lose focus on the giver while receiving the gifts. Keep your eyes on me, for it is my presence that sustains you, not the blessings themselves. When I elevate you, remain anchored in humility. When I entrust you with influence, carry it with grace. When the platform grows, let your heart remain rooted in service, for this calling is not just about you, it's about those I've destined you to reach. There are lives connected to your obedience, people waiting for the hope I've placed inside you, and chains that will break through the light you carry. The healing I've poured into you will pour out onto others. The peace I've given you will flow through your words, and the faith I've built within you will inspire those still standing in the storms you've already overcome. But to steward this season well, you must remain close to me. Do not allow the noise of comparison or the weight of expectations to cloud your vision. The journey I've called you to is unique. No one else's process can be your standard, and no one else's timeline can dictate your pace. Trust that my timing for you is perfect, even when it feels slow, even when others seem ahead. What I am giving you now will endure because it is being released in its appointed season. Be mindful also, child, for greater elevation brings greater opposition. As doors open and influence expands, the enemy will try to plant doubt, fear, and distraction to pull you away from your purpose. But do not be shaken. I have already equipped you with authority over every scheme. Stay grounded in prayer, sharpened in discernment, and steady in my word, and nothing formed against you will prosper. Remember, you are not walking into this alone. My spirit goes before you, surrounds you, and walks within you. Every step is covered, every battle is already won, and every promise I've spoken over you remains unshakable. So rise, child, with boldness in your heart and confidence in my faithfulness. Leave behind the weight of yesterday, release the fears that have tried to hold you back, and step fully into the new season I've prepared. For what lies ahead carries blessings greater than your prayers, victories deeper than your expectations, and fulfillment beyond your imagination. Your time is now. Walk forward with courage, knowing I am with you, and nothing can stop what I have already set into motion. Your time is now. Walk forward with courage, knowing I am with you, and nothing can stop what I have already set into motion. My beloved, the doors I am opening for you will not require striving, for what I am releasing has been secured by my hand long before you even knew to ask. You spent seasons pushing, fighting, and pouring out effort in places where nothing seemed to move, but this season will not be the same. What I am giving you now is not based on your strength but on my favor, and when I breathe upon a moment, everything changes instantly. Opportunities that once felt impossible will come effortlessly, and connections you couldn't make in your own power will align naturally because I have already gone ahead of you to prepare the way. Do not doubt what I am doing when it unfolds suddenly. The speed of this shift is not because you rush, but because I've declared it to be so. You've endured delays that tested your patience and walked through disappointments that tried to steal your hope, but every not yet was protecting you from stepping into places prematurely. Now, the timing is perfect, and I am bringing forth what was once hidden into plain sight. But hear me, child, as these blessings manifest. Keep your heart anchored in gratitude and humility. Do not measure your worth by the doors opening or the platforms expanding, for your value has never been tied to what you receive but to who you are in me. This season is not simply about gaining, it is about becoming. I am transforming you into a vessel capable of carrying influence without pride, authority without control, and abundance without forgetting the source. Guard your motives carefully, for I elevate those who carry purity of heart and intention. This increase is not for self-promotion but for kingdom impact, to position you where my light can shine through you, touching lives, restoring hope, and revealing my goodness in the darkest places. You've prayed to be used, and I've heard you. Now, I am setting you in places where your presence will shift atmospheres, where your words will heal wounds, and where your faith will inspire breakthrough in others. Yet with this positioning comes responsibility. Be watchful, for distractions will rise alongside promotion. The enemy will attempt to plant seeds of fear, comparison, and pride, trying to distort your focus and weaken your commitment. Stay close to me, and you will recognize his schemes before they take root. I will sharpen your discernment so you can distinguish my assignments from opportunities that seem good but are not from me. Remember, child, not every door is meant to be entered, and not every invitation carries my favor. Lean on my spirit to lead you, and you will know which paths to walk and which ones to leave behind. There will be voices that attempt to sway you, but my whisper will bring clarity when you pause to listen. Keep seeking me above the noise, for I will not let you be misled when your heart remains surrendered. This elevation is not only about blessing but about alignment. I am placing you exactly where you need to be so that my purpose unfolds in its fullness. The battles you fought have prepared you for this. The endurance built in hidden places has equipped you to handle what others may not understand. You've walked roads where few stood beside you, but those seasons of isolation were necessary to strengthen your faith and deepen your dependence on me. And now, as I expand your reach, I need you to remember those lessons. Do not forget the nights when you prayed for clarity, the mornings when you chose faith over fear, and the moments when my grace carried you when nothing else could. Those experiences are the foundation that will keep you steady when the blessings increase. Walk boldly, child, but walk humbly. Celebrate the victories, but give me the glory. And above all, stay near to my heart, for my presence is the greatest reward of all. Everything I am placing before you flows from relationship with me. Remain connected, and you will never lack what you need. The season you are entering carries acceleration, favor, and fulfillment, but it also calls you to greater responsibility. Trust my leading, rely on my strength, and keep your focus on the eternal rather than the temporary. What I am releasing will exceed your prayers, surpass your expectations, and confirm that every delay, every struggle, and every tear was worth it. What I am releasing will exceed your prayers, surpass your expectations, and confirm that every delay, every struggle, and every tear was worth it. My beloved, I am setting you in motion toward places you once thought were unreachable, and nothing can hinder what I've already ordained for you. The seasons where progress felt stalled, where doors remained closed, and where hope seemed distant are ending, for I am breathing new life into every area that once appeared dormant. There is a shift taking place, one that moves you from waiting into walking, from preparation into possession, and from endurance into fulfillment. What you thought was lost is returning in greater measure, not because of chance, but because I've been orchestrating restoration long before you even saw the need for it. I've been positioning the right people, aligning divine opportunities, and paving unseen paths so that when you step forward, everything you require will already be prepared. But child, this transition requires you to move with faith and boldness. Do not hesitate because of what you've experienced in the past, for those disappointments are behind you, and I am making all things new. The doors I'm opening now are not the same ones that closed before. These are prepared specifically for this moment and cannot be blocked by anyone or anything. When you see them open, step through without fear, knowing that my favor is upon you and my spirit goes ahead of you to clear the way. I know you faced seasons where your strength ran low and discouragement whispered loudly, but I was with you even then, holding you steady when you felt like letting go. Every hidden moment of perseverance has prepared you for this season of release, and now the weight you once carried will be lifted as I bring breakthroughs you've long prayed for. This shift is not about striving, it is about surrendering fully to my timing, trusting that I've aligned every detail perfectly. Do not let comparison rob your joy in this season. What I am doing for you is uniquely tailored to your journey, and no one else's process can determine your outcome. The timing of others may look faster, or their blessings may appear different, but I need you to focus on your own lane. Stay rooted where I've placed you, and you will see fruit bloom in ways that glorify me alone. The favor I'm placing upon you will not make sense to those around you, but it is a reflection of my covenant with you, a reminder that I fulfill what I promise. And when you receive what I am releasing, remember that it is not just for you. The blessings I'm pouring into your life are designed to overflow into others. I am calling you to carry hope where there has been despair, to bring light where there is darkness, and to speak life where brokenness remains. You are stepping into assignments that will impact people you haven't even met yet, and your obedience will open doors for others who are waiting for the breakthrough I've placed within you. My child, there will still be resistance, but you are no longer who you once were. The strength I've built in you through trials has equipped you to face challenges without fear. Opposition may rise, but it will not prevail, for I have already secured the victory on your behalf. My angels surround you, my hand protects you, and my spirit empowers you to walk confidently into the unknown. Keep your heart soft and your spirit aligned with me, and you will see how effortlessly I move when you trust me completely. You've been faithful through seasons that tested you, and now I am bringing you into a time of acceleration where progress will unfold quickly, not because of striving but because of my hand. Be ready for unexpected alignments, sudden opportunities, and supernatural favor, not earned by effort but released by grace. I have heard every prayer, seen every tear, and remembered every sacrifice. Now is the moment where those seeds meet their harvest, and what's ahead carries more than you asked, more than you dreamed, and more than you imagined possible. Now is the moment where those seeds meet their harvest, and what's ahead carries more than you asked, more than you dreamed, and more than you imagined possible. My beloved, I am leading you into a season of divine fulfillment where prayers whispered in tears will meet answers that leave you in awe. The time of planting has not been wasted, and the waiting has not been in vain. I have been nurturing the soil of your life, tending to the places you thought were barren, and preparing you for fruitfulness beyond your understanding. The season you are stepping into is not ordinary. It carries acceleration, favor, and restoration unlike anything you have experienced before. You've endured storms that tried to uproot you, battles that attempted to break you, and silence that tested your patience. But through it all, I was building within you the resilience needed to sustain what I am releasing now. Every disappointment, every setback, every delay was shaping your character, stretching your faith, and refining your vision so that when this moment came, you would be ready to carry the weight of my promises without faltering. My child, you've wondered why the path felt longer for you than for others, why certain doors remained closed while theirs opened quickly. But know this, I have been setting you apart, preparing you for something greater than you imagined. I have been aligning the timing so perfectly that nothing and no one will be able to interfere with what I've designed for you. When my appointed moment arrives, there will be no resistance strong enough to stand in the way, for what I decree cannot be undone. The blessings I am releasing now are not shallow. They are layered with purpose, overflowing with impact, and connected to destinies beyond your own. This season is not only about receiving, it is about becoming a vessel through which my goodness flows into the lives of others. I am positioning you to carry influence that breaks chains, to speak words that bring healing, and to walk in authority that reflects my power. But for you to sustain this elevation, you must remain anchored in me. Do not allow pride to creep in when the doors begin to open. Remember where I found you, how I lifted you when others counted you out, and how I carried you when your strength was gone. Gratitude will guard your heart, humility will protect your spirit, and dependence on me will ensure that nothing pulls you off the path I've designed. And child, understand this. As I elevate you, the distractions will rise too. The enemy cannot stop what I've ordained, but he will attempt to confuse, exhaust, and discourage you so that you settle for less than what I've prepared. Guard your focus fiercely. Protect your peace. Do not be swayed by voices that contradict what I've spoken over you. I will confirm my leading with clarity and peace that cannot be shaken, but you must quiet the noise to hear my instructions clearly. Lean into prayer more than ever, for it is there that I will reveal secrets, strategies, and wisdom to guide your steps. As you move forward, expect acceleration. Things that once took years will happen swiftly. Opportunities will unfold faster than you can plan for, and blessings will find you in places where you least expect them. Do not question how. Simply trust that I am aligning everything according to my perfect design. The answers to prayers you thought I had forgotten are being released even now, and soon you will see doors opening effortlessly, provision flowing without striving, and relationships forming divinely. What is coming will confirm that I have never been silent, never absent, and never distant from your needs. You have been prepared for such a time as this. Walk with confidence, child, not in your own strength but in the assurance that my hand is upon you. What once felt impossible will become your testimony. What once seemed out of reach will become your reality. And what you thought was lost forever will return multiplied, better than before, restored by my power and timing. Step boldly into this new season. I have gone ahead of you, and I have already prepared the way. Step boldly into this new season. I have gone ahead of you, and I have already prepared the way. My beloved, this is the hour where I am turning what was meant to harm you into the very thing that lifts you higher, for nothing the enemy planned against you has succeeded. The weapons formed against you looked powerful, but my protection has surrounded you like an unshakable fortress. You are here because my hand never left you, and now I am shifting what once caused pain into the foundation of your breakthrough. The season of feeling stuck is ending. You are entering into movement, clarity, and restoration that only I could bring. The situations that drained you will no longer have control over you. The voices that spoke against you will no longer define you. The shame that tried to hold you captive is being erased, replaced by honor, confidence, and peace that cannot be stolen. My child, I have seen every hidden tear, every sleepless night, and every battle you fought in silence. None of it has been wasted. What felt like breaking was actually building. What looked like loss was creating room for greater gain. I was preparing you when you thought I was silent. I was strengthening you when you believed you were weak. I was guarding your destiny when you assumed it was slipping away. The enemy tried to convince you that your story was over. But I am writing a new chapter filled with redemption and purpose. The stones thrown at you will become stepping stones to the heights I am taking you. This turnaround will not be subtle. It will be visible to those who doubted you, questioned you, and walked away from you. I am setting a table in the very presence of those who thought your journey had ended. They will see my goodness displayed through your life, not to shame them, but to reveal the depth of my faithfulness toward you. I am restoring the years you thought were wasted, redeeming the time you believed was lost, and multiplying what the enemy tried to steal. The breakthroughs coming will not simply replace what was taken. They will surpass it, exceeding your expectations and leaving no room for doubt that my favor is upon you. But child, as I elevate you, I need you to keep your heart soft. Do not let bitterness take root where I am planting blessings. Release those who hurt you, forgive those who failed you, and bless those who oppose you, for your freedom depends on letting go of what cannot follow you into this next season. The path ahead is too significant for you to carry old weights, resentments, or regrets. Lay them down and make room for the abundance I am releasing. Your focus must remain forward, not backward. I am calling you into places where my glory will shine through you, into environments where hope has been lost, into hearts that need healing, and into spaces that will shift because of your obedience. The testimony being formed in you is not just for your benefit. It is for the lives connected to yours. I will use your scars to bring strength to the weary, your story to bring faith to the doubtful, and your voice to bring light to those trapped in darkness. Do not underestimate the impact of where I am sending you next, for there are people waiting on the other side of your yes. My spirit is preparing divine alignments and positioning you for opportunities that will confirm what I've been speaking all along, that I work all things for good. Where the enemy thought he succeeded, I am showing him he has failed. Where you thought it was over, I am declaring it has only just begun. I am rebuilding, restoring, and elevating all at once. and the acceleration you're about to see will leave you amazed. Do not be afraid when things begin shifting rapidly. Trust that my hand is steady, my plan is perfect, and my timing cannot fail. Stand firm, child. You are stepping into fulfillment, and nothing can stop what I have already set into motion for your life. Stand firm, child. You are stepping into fulfillment, and nothing can stop what I have already set into motion for your life. My beloved, this is the season where hidden promises will finally surface, and what I spoke over you long ago will begin to manifest before your very eyes. You have carried visions and prayers deep within your heart, wondering if they would ever come to pass, and now you will see that not one word I've spoken has failed. The delays were never denial, they were divine preparation, making sure that when the fulfillment arrived, you would be ready to hold it, nurture it, and walk in it without fear. There were moments when the silence felt unbearable, when your faith felt stretched to its breaking point, but I was working in the unseen, lining every detail so perfectly that when it unfolds, it will leave no doubt that my hand has been upon you the entire time. I've been arranging divine connections, preparing resources, and shaping your character to carry the weight of what's coming. This is not an ordinary release. This is acceleration, restoration, and elevation converging at once. Things that felt delayed will suddenly move quickly. Doors that were locked will open without resistance. Places you once struggled to enter will now welcome you, not because of effort but because my favor has gone ahead of you. Yet, child, in this season of breakthrough, I need your heart to remain surrendered. Do not lose sight of me while receiving what I've prepared. My presence is the greatest gift, and every blessing flows from staying aligned with my will. Keep your focus on me, and I will guide you safely through the rapid changes that are coming. This acceleration will be intense, but it will not overwhelm you if you stay anchored in my word. Be cautious, though, for not every open door comes from me. There will be opportunities that look appealing but lead to distraction and detours. Lean into my spirit, and I will give you clarity to discern which paths align with my purpose and which ones are designed to delay you. The enemy cannot stop what I've ordained, but he will attempt to confuse your focus, so guard your heart diligently. Remain in prayer, stay sensitive to my whispers, and allow my peace to confirm the direction I'm leading you into. I am placing you where your voice carries weight, where your influence will bring light into spaces covered in shadows, and where your presence will open the way for others to find hope. What I release through you in this season is not just for you. It is for the lives connected to your journey, for those I've called you to impact, and for the generations that will benefit from your obedience today. My child, you are stepping into answered prayers, but with every promise comes responsibility. Steward what I give you well, with gratitude and humility, and I will expand your reach even further. The harvest I'm releasing will be abundant, but I need you to handle it carefully, guarding your motives and keeping your heart aligned with mine. The same faith that carried you through the wilderness must carry you into the blessing. Do not grow comfortable and forget the lessons learned in hidden seasons. Stay rooted, stay watchful, and stay dependent on me, for my strength is the source of your success. This is the unfolding of what I've promised: restoration where there was loss, clarity where there was confusion, and victory where there was battle. Soon, what once seemed uncertain will be undeniable, and you will testify of my faithfulness before many. Be ready, for I am turning whispers into wonders and longings into realities. Keep walking forward, child, for this is the moment I've been preparing you for all along, and nothing can stand against what I have set in motion. Keep walking forward, child, for this is the moment I've been preparing you for all along, and nothing can stand against what I have set in motion. My beloved, I am bringing you into a season where clarity will replace confusion, where the answers you've been seeking will become visible, and where every hidden thing will be revealed in my perfect timing. For so long, you've wrestled with uncertainty, wondering why the path seemed clouded and why the next step was difficult to see. But I've been protecting you from moving ahead of my plan, shielding you from traps you did know were there, and securing the foundation so that when I release the next instructions, you will walk with stability and confidence. The fog that once clouded your vision is lifting, and the understanding you've prayed for is unfolding before you. I am giving you insight into places you couldn't reach before, strategies for situations you didn't know how to solve, and wisdom to navigate choices that carry lasting impact. This is why I've been drawing you closer, so that my voice becomes unmistakable, rising above every distraction, drowning out every lie, and guiding you with precision into what I prepare. But, my child, you must make space to hear me clearly. The noise of fear, comparison, and doubt cannot occupy the same place where my instructions dwell. Silence the voices that do not align with my truth, and fix your heart on my promises, for I will never mislead you. I know there have been moments where you felt abandoned, seasons where my silence caused you to question if I was listening, but I remind you now, I've never left your side. My hand has been upon you, my angels have encamped around you, and my spirit has been guiding you even when you didn't recognize my presence. Every step you've taken, even the ones you thought were mistakes, has been used to bring you closer to the fullness of my plan. Do not fear what's ahead, for I've already walked into your future and prepared the way. I've positioned the right people, aligned divine opportunities, and made provision where you thought there was none. Trust the peace I place within you, for it will confirm my direction even when everything around you feels uncertain. There will be moments in this season where I'll ask you to move when logic says stay, to speak when fear says remain silent, and to act when everything in you hesitates. But, child, obedience will unlock the breakthroughs you've been waiting for. What I release now will not come through striving. It will come through surrender. Lay down the burdens you've been carrying, release the timelines you've been clinging to, and allow me to show you that my timing is flawless. I'm turning delay into acceleration, confusion into understanding, and closed doors into open pathways designed perfectly for you. But remember this, where I'm taking you requires a heart free of unforgiveness and a spirit unshaken by distractions. Let go of the weight of yesterday, the voices of the past, and the scars of battles you've already overcome. You cannot step into the new while holding tightly to what I've already called you out of. My beloved, you have asked me for signs, and I have been placing them before you. The confirmations you've missed in the quiet, the nudges you've felt in your spirit, the alignments that seem too perfect to explain. These are not coincidences. They are my fingerprints, reminding you that I am working even when you cannot see it. Soon, what hath been hidden will become clear, and what has been delayed will come suddenly. The doors I open for you cannot be shut by anyone, and the blessings I release cannot be stolen by opposition. Remain steadfast. Trust my leading and keep your eyes fixed on me, for I am bringing you into a place where promises are fulfilled, where faith becomes sight, and where every prayer finds its answer. You are closer than you realize, child. Keep walking, keep trusting, keep believing. I am with you, and I will not fail you. Amen. You are closer than you realize, child. Keep walking, keep trusting, keep believing. I am with you, and I will not fail you. My beloved, this is the season where I am awakening everything within you that has been lying dormant. The dreams you buried, the hope you thought had faded, and the strength you didn't know remained inside you. You've been through valleys where exhaustion clouded your vision, and seasons where you questioned whether you had anything left to give. But I've been breathing life into places you thought were dead. What you considered forgotten has only been waiting for this appointed time. Now, I am calling forth the gifts I placed within you, stirring the purpose I wrote into your story before your first breath, and unlocking the confidence to step boldly into what I've prepared. My spirit is fanning the flames of passion, faith, and vision within you, not because of what you've earned, but because of who you are to me. I have chosen you, and nothing can change that. The setbacks you endured, the moments you felt overlooked, and the silent prayers you thought I didn't hear, all of it has brought you to this point. You are stepping into alignment with my perfect design, where everything that seems scattered will begin to make sense. I have been piecing together fragments of your journey into a greater picture, weaving trials and triumphs into a masterpiece that only I could create. But, child, understand this. Awakening requires movement. You cannot stay in the same places of doubt and expect to see transformation. I am calling you to rise, to take steps of faith, and to believe again even when your surroundings don't yet reflect what I've promised. Do not allow fear to paralyze you or hesitation to silence the calling within you. The voice of insecurity will try to convince you that you are unqualified, but my grace has already equipped you with everything needed for this assignment. Trust that what I've placed inside you is enough, because I have declared it to be so. You will see new doors opening, opportunities that require courage, conversations that shift your direction, and connections that accelerate your journey. These are not random. They are divine alignment set into motion by my hand. As these moments unfold, stay sensitive to my leading, for discernment will be key in knowing where to step and when to pause. Not every opportunity is yours, but the ones meant for you will come with peace that cannot be shaken and clarity that cannot be denied. My beloved, you've been praying for breakthrough, and I'm showing you now that you carry more authority than you realize. The same power that raised the dead resides in you, giving you the strength to overcome opposition and to walk boldly into places others said were closed. Do not underestimate what I can do through you when you surrender completely to me. The battles you faced were never meant to define you but to refine you, shaping your faith until it becomes unshakable. What once intimidated you will no longer hold power over you because I am awakening a deeper confidence rooted in my presence. This awakening is not only for your benefit, it is for those I've called you to impact. There are lives waiting to encounter me through your obedience, hearts longing for hope that your testimony will release, and chains that will break because of the light you carry. You are stepping into influence that reaches far beyond yourself, but you must remain anchored in humility. Keep your eyes on me and your heart surrendered, for pride will disrupt what I'm building, but dependence will keep you aligned with my plan. My beloved, this is the moment to rise, to believe, to move, and to trust that I've equipped you for everything ahead. The stirring you feel in your spirit is not random. It is the sound of destiny awakening, the confirmation that this is the time to step fully into who I've called you to be. Walk forward boldly, for I have gone before you, and the way has already been prepared. Amen.